Number 8, the Hon Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Education. Will she support a law change to ensure that school-level test data is not made available for publication? If not, why not?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
I do not intend to express my support or lack of it for a hypothetical piece of legislation. I note that that member asked a very similar question over a month ago. In fact, it was the 27th of May, and I told him that I would consider something if he put it in front of me. I have yet to receive anything.
Supplementary question. Will she be prepared to support the reference to a select committee for the select committee to decide whether to do it or not?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, I repeat, this is a hypothetical piece of legislation that is not in front of a select committee and is not in front of this House. It is impossible to give that member any answers unless he actually fronts up to me with a suggestion.
Supplementary question.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Does she support the principle expressed in my primary question?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, I remind that member that we are currently seeking feedback from both the education sector and from parents on the national standards, and part of that is about the reporting mechanisms. I will consider all the options that are put in front of me, all the information that comes out of that consultation process.
Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, it was a very direct question about whether she supported the principle or not about whether there was consultation. And, sir, while I can't insist on a yes-no answer, and I understand that, I think at least having the question addressed would be useful.
I think the member makes a fair point. His question was very directly related to the primary question. If the Minister could please answer it as far as she can.
Mr Speaker, to the member, I am not going to preempt a consultation process.
Colin King.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary question to the Minister of Education. What reports has she received on parents' desire for clearer information on their child's performance?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, the reports I've received from the consultation with parents is that they are embracing the standards and are excited about getting clear information about their child's performance. I've spoken to and heard from a large number of frustrated parents who feel that currently they have not been given a clear idea of their child's progress, and that this lack of clarity is a barrier for them getting involved in their child's education. I'm very proud of the fact that this policy will break down that barrier and give parents the information that they should have about their children.
Mr Speaker.
Rahui Katani.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary to the Minister. Is she aware that education inspectors are bringing in tougher standards for England's schools, including a new emphasis on raw exam results, a move that teachers' leaders are saying will make things harder for schools in deprived areas? And what influence has these developments had in the New Zealand setting?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
I'd say to that member that comparisons with the United Kingdom are not particularly helpful when we deliberately decided not to proceed with a national testing system. In fact, I can say to that member that the draft standards currently out for consultation do not rely on solely on raw exam results. Instead, they are encouraging the use of formative assessment.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
David Garrett.
Can the Minister see anything wrong in principle with parents knowing how their children's school is performing compared with others in the country?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
I can say to that member that if the feedback that I receive from consultation with both the sector and parents is that they overwhelmingly want this information, then I'm happy to consider how these comparisons could be made without compromising the intention of national standards to raise student achievement.
Question. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
I seek leave of the House to table a draft bill outlining or implement the principles outlined in my question, and indicate that I will tomorrow seek leave to have that or something very similar following feedback referred to the Select Committee for consideration.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection.